Hello dear students, welcome back to BioVidyalaya. I hope you all are doing very well. In our previous lecture videos, we discussed about different types of epistasis and this is part 4. Here we are going to discuss about couple of CSIR net questions based on epistasis. Please try to watch this video till the end and also don't forget to subscribe this channel. So let's start with the first question. This is a question from CSIR net June 2016. Two interacting genes independently assorting were involved in the same pathway. Absence of either gene's function leads to absence of the end product of the pathway. A dihybrid cross involving the two genes is carried out. What fraction of the F2 progeny will show the presence of the end product? Options are option A 1 by 4, option B 3 by 4, option C 9 by 16, option D 15 by 16. So here the two interacting genes, they are independently assorting. Independently assorting means the allele a gamete received for one gene does not influence the allele received for another gene. That is independent assortment. They were involved in the same pathway. So, two interacting genes are involved in the same pathway. Absence of either of the gene function leads to the absence of the end product of the pathway. So, both the genes are required for the production of end product. If any of the gene is missing, then end product will not form. Okay. And a dihybrid cross involving the two genes is carried out, what fraction of the F2 progeny will show the presence of the end product? So we have to find in the dihybrid cross what fraction of the or what proportion of the F2 progeny will show the presence of the end product. Okay. I hope you all have watched our previous 3 lecture videos about epistasis. If you didn't watch, then go through that video first. The link is here in the below description. So here we have no any idea about the details of the pathway. We only know that two interacting genes are involved in this pathway and both the functional genes are required for the formation of the end product. If any of the gene is in non-functional form means that is in the recessive form, homozygous recessive condition, then the end product will not form. So both the genes should be in functional condition, that means in dominant condition, then only we get the end product. Okay. Here we can take A and B as the genes and we can write the pathway as precursor, that is convert to intermediate, and intermediate will convert to end product. And this precursor is converting to intermediate by the dominant form of the gene A encoding enzyme A. Dominant form of the gene means capital A or capital A small a. And then this intermediate that will convert to end product by the dominant form of the gene B encoding enzyme B. Dominant form of the gene B means capital B, small b. Okay. So if any of the gene is in non-functional form, that means in homozygous recessive condition, then the end product will not form. Okay. No end product. So both the genes should be in dominant condition, then only we will get end product. Okay. So here, what function of the F2 progeny will show the presence of the end product? We know that F2 progeny will form when we self-cross in F1 hybrid. F1 hybrid means if we cross parents, these are the parents. After crossing this parent 1 and parent 2, we will get F1 hybrid. This is the F1 hybrid. Okay. After self-crossing this F1 hybrid, we will get F2 generation. For getting the genotype of F2 generation, we have to make the Punnett square, but it is not possible at the time of examination because it is very time consuming. So, you have to remember this dihybrid cross ratio 9:3:3:1 along with this genotype, then you can answer this type of question within minutes. So, we know that the normal dihybrid cross ratio is 9:3:3:1. So, total 16 genotypes we will get in F2 generation. And here we know that both the genes A and B should be in dominant condition, then only we will get the end product. So let's see each of the genotype. Here both the genes A and B are in dominant condition. So here we will get the end product. Here only gene A is in dominant condition. So here we will not get the end product because B is in recessive condition. Here the gene B is in dominant condition but A is in recessive condition. So here also we will not get the end product. Here both the genes A and B are in a recessive condition. So here also we will not get the end product. So here only we will get the end product. How many are there? 9. So 9 out of 16. Total is 16. So 9 by 16. So fraction of F2 progeny that will show the end product is 9 by 16. So the answer is option C, 9 by 16. Okay. This is the question from December 2015. Following is a hypothetical biochemical pathway responsible for pigmentation of leaves. The pathway is controlled by two independently assorting genes A and B encoding enzymes as shown below. Mutant alleles A and B code for non-functional proteins. So this is the pathway. What is the expected progeny after selfing a plant with the genotype capital A, small a, capital B, small b? Options are option 1, 9 green, 4 white, 3 yellow. Option 2, 9 green, 4 yellow, 3 white. Option 3, 9 green, 6 yellow, 1 white. Option 4, 9 green, 7 white. Okay. So here you can see the pathway, and this pathway is controlled by the enzymes encoding by the genes A and B. If these genes are mutant, then the functional protein, that means the enzyme that will not produce. And what is the expected progeny after selfing a plant with the genotype capital A, small a, capital B, small b? This capital A, small a, capital B, small b means this is the F1 hybrid. After self-crossing this F1 hybrid, we will get F2 generation. So here we have to find the F2 generation ratio. Okay. Here this white color substrate X is converting to yellow color intermediate Y, and this yellow color intermediate Y is converting to green color product Z. So here the white color substrate is converting to yellow color intermediate by the dominant form of the gene A. And this yellow color intermediate is converting to green color product by the dominant form of the gene B. So both this dominant form of the genes A and B are required for the formation of green color pigment. If dominant form of the gene A is present but the dominant form of the gene B is absent, then this white substrate that will convert to yellow intermediate, but this yellow intermediate will not convert to green product because of the absence of dominant form of the gene B. So phenotype will become yellow. Okay. If the mutant form of the gene A is present instead of the dominant form of gene A, then this white color substrate that will not convert to yellow color intermediate. If yellow color intermediate is not there, means green color product will not form. So the phenotype is, or the color of the leaf will become white. If both dominant form of A and B are absent, then white color substrate that will not convert to any other color. So the leaf color will become white. Okay. So if both the dominant form of the gene A and B are present, then the leaf color will become green. If dominant form of the gene A is present but the dominant form of the gene B is absent, then we will get yellow color leaf. If the dominant form of gene A is absent but the dominant form of the gene B is present, then we will get the white color leaf. If both the dominant form of A and B are absent, then also we will get white color leaves. Okay. So what is the expected progeny after selfing a plant with the genotype capital A small a, capital B small b? We know that capital A small a, capital B small b means this is the F1 hybrid. If we self-crossing this F1 hybrid, we will get F2 generation. And the normal dihybrid cross ratio is cross ratio of F2 generation is 9:3:3:1. Okay. And these are the general genotypes. Okay. Here you can see that both A and B are in dominant form. So here we will get the phenotype as green. Here we will get green color phenotype. Okay. Here only the dominant form of the gene A is present. B is absent. So the phenotype will become yellow. And the proportion is 3/16. Here dominant form of gene A is absent but dominant form of gene B is present. Then the phenotype will become white and the proportion is 3/16. Here both the dominant form of gene A and B are absent. So here the phenotype is white and the proportion is 1/16. So here 3 plus 1, 4. 4 white, here 9 green, 3 yellow. So 9 green, 3 yellow and 4 white. See the options here. First option green 9, correct, white 4, correct. Yellow 3, that is also correct. Next, option 2, green 9, this is correct. Yellow 4, this is not correct. White 3, this is also not correct. Option 3, green 9, correct. Yellow 6, not correct. White 1, not correct. Next, option 4, green 9, correct. White 7, this is not correct. So, the correct answer is option 1, green 9, white 4 and yellow 3. I think this is clear for you. In our upcoming videos, we can discuss more questions. If you like this video and find it helpful, then please share this video with your friends and batchmates so they will also get benefit from this. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel and enable the bell icon so you will get notification when I upload new videos. So keep learning. Thank you.